guys, welcome back to Only on Mondays. Thank you so much for joining me once again. It is your girl Kelly, and I hope you will click subscribe. Thank you for clicking on the video once again. And yeah, like I said, it's Only on Mondays. Today is Sunday, so I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Y'all can probably hear my two wiener dogs fighting in the background, so that's a great segue into our topic here at hand, which is two wieners fighting in real life here in my home, and also the fighting of two wieners out there in the other real world, or the not so real world of leftist ideology and what they're trying to do to our kids. So it kind of ties in perfectly. Didn't mean for it to be this way, but again, sorry if you guys can hear them. Please, I do apologize. They're just out of hand right now. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're not, please consider clicking subscribe and joining us here. This is a podcast that I do with a friend, Lynn, who I had to move away from, so we don't get to do it as much anymore. But mostly we talk about political topics, current events. We get into some conspiracy theories. It's just a broad range of good time topics, and I hope you guys will click subscribe and join us. So what are we going to talk about today, guys? Why is everything so gay? And I mean that in the most authentic sense of the word. Why is everything they're pushing on us these days so freaking gay? And as I was kind of getting ready for today's podcast, I started off with a few things that I wanted to hit that are more current, that I've seen in recent news that kind of struck me as, we all know they've been pushing this agenda for quite some time now. But, man, have they ramped up the efforts in recent years. And it's become blatantly obvious to almost anyone who has a pair of eyes to see what's kind of going on. So as I was researching for today's topics, pulling up articles, pulling up images and things like that, I kept adding to the list of things that I wanted to talk about, until finally I was just like, you know what, I just need to jump on here, because if I keep going, keep looking, then I'll never be able to, there will never be an end to the examples of where this is going on in society, how it's being pushed onto our kids, and how it's being pushed onto the rest of us to just accept it and to not question any of the narratives that are being pushed forward by the LGBT mafia. So yeah, guys, and I just want to preface this, even though I don't feel the need often to preface things, but I do have people in my life that I care very, very deeply about. Like, some of my best friends are gay. And so this is not about gay people. This is not targeted against gay people. This is not even targeted against trans people, actual trans people, who are very, very few and far between. It's not targeted at any of those people. And I have major love for the people in my life who are gay or who are going through issues that are related to being gay, and understand that this has nothing to do with them. And I just wanted to preface that, because we're going to get into a few things here, guys, and I know I'm going to get heated about certain things, I'm going to get passionate about certain things, but this has everything to do with why is the media, why are Democrats, why are LGBT activists now so targeted in their speech towards children. That is the problem in this country, and that is the problem with our society, if you ask me, and what's going on today. So let's get into a couple of the articles. I'm not going to read all of this, every single one of these articles to you guys, because if I did, we'd be here for like an hour. So I just want to get into a few of these. So let's start with just some examples that I saw in my everyday life. Okay, so as I was saying, they're trying to push this onto your kids, your family, everyone to just be accepting of someone if they are gay, and we need to target this at kids. Kids know if they're gay when they're young. Instead of just saying, like, hey, let's bring kids up the old-fashioned way with their innocence intact and not shove gay porn and gay propaganda down their throat. Let's also not shove, straight porn or anything that is illicit or inappropriate down their throat on the other side of the coin either. Let's keep children's innocence intact. Is that such a wild concept? I don't think so. So I'm just innocently going along about my day playing Words with Friends. Okay, and this is just one of many examples. I just included these screenshots because it kind of just, it bothers me. It bothers me when I see this in real life. It bothers me when I see propaganda. It's one thing to be supportive of your gay family member, friend, whatever, whoever it may be. It's another thing to put this into stores where people who don't believe in it, whatever the case may be, or, have differing opinions about the ways in which we are presenting this to our public and our children, little tiny eyes, who go into these stores, who play these games on their phones. Why do we have to force it onto them and foist all of this, debauchery onto them? It's inappropriate. So I'm just going along playing Words with Friends, and I get a congratulations for earning the Pride Balloon badge. Can I return it? And then the next thing that I see there's a challenge. I'm sorry, that's Walgreens. There's a challenge, okay? Solo challenge Wordmaster. And this is all Pride-themed characters on Words with Friends that you're playing against. You play these little challenges against yourself. And these are all Pride-themed characters. And this one's Tina. And underneath Tina it says, let's see if you can transition your words into a win. So, guys, I don't really have much to say about this other than it bugged me when I saw it. And it really just is another prime example of the propaganda that's being pumped out into our society on an everyday basis to try to make these kids think that it's cool to transition. It's cool to be a transsexual person. It's cool to be gay. It's cool to be lesbian. It's cool to be a non-binary gender unicorn who goes by tree and tree self pronouns. It's not cool. So, excuse me. God bless me. Thank you. Self. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you guys. There's this blog, right, called the Mickey blog. I don't know if it's affiliated with Disney or, the real, quote-unquote, Mickey Mouse. But nevertheless, I found it during my research before the show, like I was saying. There's a Mickey blog, and then what is an article that we see here written on the Mickey blog about adorable Pride collection plush dolls now at Shop Disney. Okay, guys, and this was written on May 24th of this year. Plush Disney dolls. And I just want to say, who is this for? Who is this for? It's for children. Why is this for children? Are children gay? Are children having gay sex? Are children who play with dolls, plush dolls, this young, are they having gay sex? Let's pray to God that they are not. So why do they need a Pride doll? Even if they have gay parents or whatever the case may be, you can make an argument, oh, what if they have gay parents? Okay, that's fine if they have gay parents, I guess, depending on who you ask. But why do they need a doll about it? Kids get little dolls and things for characters that they idolize or that they love so much, oh my gosh, I want a Mickey Mouse doll because I love Mickey Mouse. That's my jam. That's my G, that's my guy, Mickey Mouse. I'm a stan. I want the doll. Why do little girls play with Barbie dolls? They love Barbie. They think she's great. They think she's beautiful. They think, oh my God, I want to be just like Barbie whenever I grow up. Why does a kid need a gay Mickey Mouse doll? Oh my God, I just love being gay so much. What? And that's fine if you do, if you feel that way as an adult. But as a kid to a targeted child, it's not okay. So I saw this at my local Walgreens today. Up here is Donald Duck, gay Donald Duck. We have gay Pluto, gay Goofy, gay Minnie Mouse, and gay Mickey Mouse. Right here, Walgreens in Louisiana. It's supposed to be a conservative pocket of the country, and here they are. Okay, so that just goes to show you that there is a target for all this propaganda. It is children, and we all need to be on the lookout. So this article comes from Fox News. California lawmaker jokes at Drag Queen 101 to be taught to kids in response to Texas drag show bill. So Scott Wiener, and he is the same guy who has all these degenerate policies in California. One of them was basically saying that he wanted it to be okay for adult males to statutorily rape young boys, because he argued that gay couples might have a difference in age, where you might have a gay man of 18, 19 having sex with a gay 14-year-old. And so he wanted to make it so that these rapists, these statutory rapists, wouldn't go to jail. I'm sorry. That was just one of the pieces of legislation that I know Scott Wiener is famous for. A Democrat from California is famous for. There was another one that is escaping me right now. But here's another beauty that he decided to make light of in response to a Texas legislator bringing forth legislation to ban drag shows for kids, which is basically like taking a child to a strip show. You know, would you take your son? Maybe you would. I don't know. I mean, some of y'all out here, gross. But not you guys. Not the listeners of this show, of course. But I just want to say that, like, if you would not take your child to a ladies strip club or to Chippendales to go see men shake their wieners around in banana hammocks, why are you taking your kid to go see men dressed as women doing splits, doing graphic movements, you know, simulating sex acts, all of these things? Why would you take them to that? And then you're going to joke about it and say that, like, oh, these Texas legislators are so conservative and so uptight that we need to institute Drag Queen 101 to be taught to kids. I mean, how really sick are you, Scott Wiener? I think we all know the answer to that. So, a California state senator who has advocated on behalf of the transgender community in the past joked Tuesday that he had an idea for legislation that would require the teaching of Drag Queen 101 to school children. Senator Scott Wiener, a Democrat whose district encompasses San Francisco, made the comment in response to a tweet from Texas Republican State Rep. Brian Slayton, who said he was filing legislation to ban drag shows in the presence of children. Drag shows are no place for a child, Slayton tweeted. I would never take my children to a drag show, and I know Speaker David Fallon and my Republican colleagues wouldn't either. I will be filing legislation to address this issue in the new Texas Ledge. In response, Wiener, instead of cleaning up the shithole that is San Francisco, instead of worrying about the countless dirty needles, drug addicts, homeless people, public urination, feces all over that once beautiful city. Instead of worrying about all of those things, he has the nerve to go on Twitter and tweet about what is going on in the Texas legislature. I'm sorry, Sarah, you need to go do a complete turnaround, okay? Do a little 180 and look back in the direction of you and what is going on in San Francisco. And I don't know how you can't smell it, what's going on in that city, because I'm sure it stinks. Your Chesapeake DA was just recalled there. Hopefully, a lot of you people out there are going to be shown the door come the midterms, because people are tired of you guys. People are tired of progressive policies that don't work and Democrats who talk out of their ass. So Scott Wiener came on Twitter and said, this guy just gave me a bill idea. Offering Drag Queen 101 as a part of the K-12 curriculum. Attending drag queen story time will satisfy the requirements. Wow, Scott Wiener. How brave of you. How truly mindful of you. I mean, my God, what a voice of a generation. So, Slayton then responded to Wiener's comment saying, "This man is a California legislator. He is clearly sick. Please join me in praying for him." Yes! Yes! Love that energy. So, that's good. In a news release, he said the law was necessary after a viral video circulating online showing children attending a drag show in Dallas. The event was advertised as Drag the Kids to Pride, a family-friendly drag show, with the big neon sign that with the beautiful slogan that is ever so family-friendly that stated, "It's not gonna lick itself." I mean, how much more family-friendly can you get? Honestly, if you ask me. So the show attracted negative responses from some members of Congress, including Republican Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. Okay, so great. Wiener's office told Fox News his remarks were a joke. Not a very funny one, Wiener. Try again. So, Wiener has been an advocate for the trans community in the past. Most recently, he introduced a bill that would require physicians and medical staff to undergo transgender, gender nonconforming, and intersex cultural humility training. What a brilliant piece of legislation. What a great use of your time, Scott Wiener. How is San Francisco doing? San Francisco is a shithole, Scott Wiener. Get it together. Oh, that annoys the fact that he is a lawmaker from San Francisco and has the audacity, with the problems that city has, to go and talk about transgenderism is a new gall. It's a new, that takes a set of cojones that I don't even know who has balls like that, but the Wiener man does. So, another would have gotten rid of the requirement that convicted sex offenders have to automatically register as sex offenders if their age is within 10 years of the minor victim. The bill said such laws discriminate against LGBTQ youth because sex acts between a male and a female in the same scenario are not automatically registrable. Wow. So that's the one that I was talking about. And then in May, Wiener altered a bill to add protections for families from outside California who are seeking healthcare treatments for transgender minors following a slew of transgender-related bills in red states. In 2017, he also came out in support of a bill signed into law that reduces penalties for knowingly exposing a sexual partner to HIV. So Scott Wiener, and here's a picture of him right here, he looks like a wiener. I just want to say that. I just want to say that ew. And ew. And fuck you. I'm sorry for language, but this guy, somebody needs to beat. I'm sorry, no. I disavow all violence. Disavow every bit of violence. But this guy really looks like he needs a wiener shoved up his you know what. I don't know. But he's out here trying to harm more than he is trying to help. And that is clear if you look at the legislation that he introduces whenever his state and his city as a whole are virtually rotting into the ground. He doesn't care to fix the problem of homelessness, of the drug epidemic that is going on in San Francisco, the amount of filth and shoplifting that is going on there. He would rather worry about what is going on in the bedrooms of, you know, gay, lesbian, and trans people. If you ask me, this guy seems kind of like a pervert. Like, why is he so obsessed with LGBTQ? Why is he so obsessed with you guys? Like, I don't, and I don't mean you guys, like you guys. I just mean, like, why is he so obsessed with gays? I mean, what's going on there? It seems like he's got some repressed things happening. So, here's another article from the New York Post. Whoops, how did I get all the way down here? Jeez. Okay, over $200,000 being spent on drag queen shows at New York City schools, records show. And this article is from June 11th of this year. New York is showering taxpayer funds on a group that sends drag queens into city schools, often without parental consent or knowledge, even as parents in other states protest increasingly aggressive efforts to expose kids to gender-bending performers. Last month alone, Drag Story Hour NYC, a nonprofit whose outrageously cross-dressed performers interact with kids as young as 3, earned $46,000 from city contractors for appearances at public schools, street festivals, and libraries, city records show. Since January, the group has organized 49 drag programs in 34 public, elementary, middle, and high schools it boasted on its website, with appearances in all 5 boroughs. I can't believe this. I am shocked, said public school mom and state assembly candidate Helen Quee, whose 11-year-old son attends a Manhattan middle school. I would be furious if he was exposed without my consent. This is not part of the curriculum. Yeah, it's not part of the curriculum, indeed. And why are we doing this? Why are we doing this type of thing right here? What does this do to children? It plants seeds in their heads. And that's all the Democrats and leftists and these ideologues need to distort and completely ruin a generation of kids, which is what they're trying to do. We have to be more involved in what is going on in every single level of our government. Education, what's going on with our taxpayer dollars, what are our taxpayer, we're the taxpayers, what are the people who collect our tax dollars doing with that money, and does it align with our values? If we are not cognizant of what is going on at that level, on every single level, especially with our children, my God, I mean, we're going to lose this fight, and they are going to win at being able to basically just degenerate a whole entire group and a whole entire age bracket of our society. And for what other purpose other than their own sick pleasures? You know, I don't really understand what the purpose of all this actually is in the minds of these ideologues, but I do understand their methods and their motives are impure. And if you don't see that, then you need to start paying more attention. Because what is the point of showing a 3-year-old a man in a dress reading them a story? Why not have a princess day? Why not have a superhero day where adults can dress up as characters that the kids might actually relate to? Why are you trying to make them relate to drag queens? I mean, it's only for sick purposes that I can gather. So this article here is from Newsweek.com. Proud Boys disrupt Drag Queen Story Hour at Public Library. Okay, so this was actually, I think, an older article. Let me see if I can get the date. Oh no, I'm sorry. This was from 6/12/2022. Okay. A group of Proud Boy members on Saturday aggressively disrupted a drag queen event being held for children and families at a public library, local sheriff deputies reported. The incident began around 1:30 p.m. at the San Lorenzo Library in Alameda County, California. Members of the notorious right-wing white nationalist organization stormed the event being hosted by the group, Drag Queen Story Hour, which organizes family-friendly readings hosted by drag queens all over the country. The members, listen to this, guys. This is gonna scare you. If you have children in the room, please make them leave, because this might terrify you. Okay, are you ready? Get yourself ready. The members, some wearing shirts with AK-47s on them. Guys, that is a gun. Do you guys realize that some of them had shirts with AK-47s on them? I mean, I'm blown away. I am blown away. Did they not realize those are guns? Those are scary guns. Wow. I mean, that sounds pretty threatening to me. So let's continue if we can. They yelled out numerous homophobic and transphobic slurs and accused the event's hosts of being pedophiles. Well, they've got a point. Alameda County Sheriff's Lieutenant Ray Kelly confirmed the incident to a local reporter, explaining that the individuals were escorted out of the library by deputies. Okay, so how long is this video? Let's see if we can watch a little of this.
What occurred here today at the San Lorenzo Public Library? Well, we were called to the San Lorenzo Public Library for a report of a disturbance at that location. We later learned that a group of individuals who've been described as synonymous with the Proud Boy group entered into the library where there was a LGBT community event going on with book reading, and they disturbed that event and shouted homophobic and anti-LGBT slurs. There was no physical violence. It was mostly verbal and intimidation. We'll be investigating as a possible hate crime, harassment, and harassing and annoying children while they're in a library.
What?
So,
is that a crime?
We'll be looking to identify these individuals. As you look deeper into this story, it appears to be hate speech and intimidation of members of our LGBTQ+ community, and that's not going to be tolerated.
Is that a crime? I'm sorry. Is hate speech now a crime? Oh, and they allegedly shouted tranny and pedophile. Well, are you a pedophile? I'm not saying that all gay people are pedophiles, but are you one? Why are you offended? Why are you in a situation where you find yourself on the receiving end of a group of Proud Boys calling you a pedophile? You have to, at that point, look in the mirror and say, how did I get here? I don't know. Let me self-reflect. So, I mean, and then this is one of the bold, brave, and beautiful, I think, I don't know, people that was reading a story, and it says, and if you don't like it, she doesn't care. Well, is she a she or is she a he? We'll never know. So, I'm sorry, what? Okay. And next we have Postmates, okay? So I'm just going to go into the video with this one.
Eating Miss Pride.
Wait.
What are you eating, Miss Pride? Well, if you're a top, it seems like you can eat whatever you want. But if you're a bottom, you're expected to starve? Not this Pride. Introducing the bottom-friendly menu from Postmates. We teamed up with Dr. Evan Goldstein from Bespoke Surgical to bring you a menu of bottom-friendly foods backed by science.
So you don't shit yourself.
Insoluble fiber,
while
low-healthy
getting
real foods. So
Excuse
avoid
language.
things like whole grains, wheat bran, cauliflower, potatoes, legumes. Hold up, are you just fully diving into those beans?
Not the
The
beans.
problem with these foods is they don't dissolve in water, which could cause a traffic jam in your digestive system.
And
making
you have
a
to
messy
poo
period.
while you're trying to have butt sex.
Speaking of messy, it's a good idea to avoid dairy.
I cannot handle lactose right now.
That seemed
If you're
racist.
going to eat something insoluble, give your body about 24 hours to process all of it. Soluble fibers and protein are the key to having some good, clean fun. These all
my
digest
God.
easily and slowly while feeding your good gut bacteria. which makes sushi a great bottom-friendly option.
Oh no.
There's no right or wrong way to bottom, but if you're planning on getting peachy this Pride, the bottom-friendly menu on Postmates has the kinds of foods that could keep you feeling good.
Are you organic?
And they have an eggplant with a peach. Here, Postmates. Just great work. Great. I'm very much disgusted. First of all, I don't care what you do in a bedroom. If you like to take it up the booty hole, if you like to throw it, if you like to receive it, I don't care. You could flip it, lay it down, reverse it. I don't give a rat's ass. Okay, but do not shove it in my face when all I'm trying to do as a person is just enjoy some food delivery. Like, is Postmates now an advocate for gay sex? Like, what is happening to our culture that something as simple and as targeted to a very broad audience, like food delivery? Everyone needs food delivered. I don't care if you take it up the butt. I don't care if you are a Christian. I don't care if you're a nun. Everyone needs food delivery. So why in the world are companies like Postmates putting out content like this and advertisements like this? I mean, let me know in the comments, guys. Does this make you want to order Postmates? Does this make you never want to eat again? Because that's what it did for me. It makes me not even want to look at food whenever you're using an eggplant and a peach to insinuate gay sex. Okay? Like, can we just tone it down? There's kids also on the internet. There's kids also that are viewing these commercials that are going to have to then ask, Mommy, what's a bottom? Or Mommy, what's a top? Like, what are we doing? Why? And this is all done in like a kidsy friendly way, like with the fruits and the animation, and it's supposed to be tongue-in-cheek and all this cutesy stuff, but all it does is draw a narrative to be concluded, and it makes kids more curious, therefore indoctrinating them into your belief system. And it's not cool, Postmates. Unsubscribe, please. And someone else that I will be unsubscribing to, and last but not least, is going to be Burger King. Burger King, you guys, y'all really dropped the ball. I'm sorry. First of all, this advertisement for Burger King, okay, let me just let you guys see it, okay, because it's leaving a bad taste in people's mouth, mine included. Okay, nobody wants to eat a gay Whopper. Burger King, you know that gay people are such a small subset of the population that, you know, transgender is like almost non-existent. It really is like 0.01% of the population. But gay people are also very small in numbers out there. Why are you only targeting them? Why are companies doing this? To try to, you know, limit their scope of people who are going to be able to digest and actually enjoy their products to such a small minority of people. Okay, so Burger King had a great idea for Pride. It's time to be proud and eat these gay Whoppers. You can either have 2 top buns or 2 bottom buns. But here's where their logic and their, you know, they failed, like, on all aspects with this advertisement. They really did. If you're a top, you like a bottom. And if you're a bottom, you like a top. You know, you rarely see 2 people who prefer getting pounded in a relationship together. And you rarely see 2 people who like to do the pounding in a relationship together. So Burger King, you had it right. You had it right, and then you went wrong. You had a bottom bun and a top bun. Why not just make a cutesy little thing, advertisement saying, hey, this month for Pride, we're celebrating, and, you know, we're going to give you, here's a Whopper with a top and a bottom bun, so you tops and bottoms can have fun. You know, like, make something up like that. But here, you've put together something that you think is cute, and it really just is illogical on every which way you look at it. So you kind of, I give you a D, Burger King, on on the advertisement as a whole, and you get an F upon further review because your logic is flawed here, my friends. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. Not even the gay people want this, okay? Because if they're tops, they want bottoms, and if they're bottoms, they want tops. So you really missed the mark. And I think American culture and these woke companies as a whole have missed the mark. So please let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will see you next time, maybe or maybe not. Bye!